Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another Eternal Evolution video. I got another request, a lot of requests for basically who they should hyper evolve, how hyper evolve works, all that stuff. I've talked about how hyper evolve works. I'm going to go through really quickly how it works, how much stats it gives, and then who you should prioritize, okay? So once you get 5 heroes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to level 240. This is my free-to-play account. As soon as you get up to level 240, you're going to be able to unlock it. As soon as every single one is 240, you'll just hit unlock, and then it'll basically level every single person in your entire roster up to their max level. Food heroes, they go up to whatever, 119, I think it is, and then everyone else will go up to 240. You will lose the ability to put anyone in the inherit tower. You will lose the ability to be able to reset anyone here, but it doesn't matter because everyone is going to be locked to level 240 anyways, which is going to be the max level until you unlock Hyperevolution. Okay, so then let me go on my main account. I'll show you, let me show the spreadsheet. I want to show you how much experience it is to get there in case you were wondering. So I have all the experience and all the numbers in here. To get to level 240, you basically need 55 million experience, 342,000. That's for each hero. So that number times 5, then you're able to unlock Summit. I have all the experience in here. You can see to fully evolve the Summit levels, the Hyper Evolution for a hero, you need 62 million experience, you need 12.4 million gold, and you need 600,000 Rubelite. This is why it is very important to decide who you want to hyper evolve before you do it. This is a lot of materials. It takes a long time to build up this many materials. So you really want to be sure of who you're hyper evolving before you do it. Now here's the stats you get. You can see level 25, you don't get a lot of stats. You get a very minimum amount of stats, 50, 75. It's not really until you get to like level 90 where you start seeing a decent increase in stats here. You can see 2.1 mil to 2.3 mil. And then when you get to 120, you're basically going to have your max of stats. It's roughly 10% stats. So it's not crazy, but in the end, 10% stats is 10% stats. So it can be quite strong. Okay, so now this is how all the hyper evolution works. This is how much experience it takes. The reason I'm pointing this out is because it's a lot of experience. You need to be sure who you want to hyper evolve first, okay? Now, as far as hyper evolving, you basically have these small crystals, these gene mutation 1s. These are for hyper evolving non-triple S heroes, okay? So these you can use pretty frequently. You'll get a lot of them in Twilight just for completing levels. And you can also purchase them from the advanced exchange shop here. You can purchase these at the bottom. You can purchase one of these every 12 days or whatever it is, 14 days, I think every 2 weeks you can purchase these. So you're going to want to purchase these because you want to eventually hyper evolve all of your non-triple S's. When I say hyper evolve, I just mean hyper evolve. I don't mean leveling them up to 120, okay? I'll talk about priorities next. So the last way, the only way really to get the triple S hyper evolution stones is by completing Twilight, okay? You get fractions of them. They just added them into the game. Before you had to rank, and that was the only way to do it, okay? So if you rank top 10, you are able to get, you're able to hyper evolve 1 triple S every month if you rank top 10, okay? But if you're able to clear these levels, you start getting the triple S hyper evolution stones. What level is this? Forest agreed. 11, 10, 9. I don't know why I don't give numbers. 8. Okay. So as soon as you clear 8, you're going to get some fragments for the hyper evolution. Okay. So you want to at least get to 8 and you want to keep on clearing this. If you clear all 15 levels but don't rank, you're still able to get 20 of these, which means you can hyper evolve a triple S. So if you can clear all of Twilight, I mean, don't expect, especially as a free to play, don't expect to be able to clear all of Twilight for the first couple months. But once you can, you're going to be able to hyper evolve a triple S every single time. Okay. Now let's talk about priorities, who I've done. For the elites, I've done a lot of heroes, okay? Because whenever I get a stone, I just hyper evolve the next person, and I usually only get them to level 1, okay? I just hyper evolve them one time, get them to level 1, just so it doesn't say level 240 on them. It's just a weird OCD thing for me, but I like putting them up here. You can see I only have Serena done to level 50. Again, level 50 is not even that useful, but it doesn't take anywhere near as much experience as doing the other ones. Now you can see who I've done to level 120. I've done Leo, I've done Luke, I've done Crete, I've done Masrani, and I've done Emma. Now, I will say I've hyper evolved people before they opened it to everyone. Previously, there was only like 6 triple S's that you were able to hyper evolve or something like that. So I just did who I was able to. As soon as I did Crete and Emma, they opened up hyper evolution for everyone. Now, who are my priorities? Now, if you listen to people in Discord, a lot of people will say you should only be exclusive 30ing summoners. You should only be hyper evolving summoners. A lot of people don't like hyper evolving Leo, but I personally think Leo is one of the best heroes in the game, especially when you're trying to clear Twilight. If your Leo's dead, you're done with Twilight. You're not getting any further, okay? If your Leo's gone, you're basically stuck for life. There's some levels that you can beat using 2 healers and all summoners, but for the most part, if you lose your Leo, you're done. You're done. There's nothing you can do. I did get a decent chunk of attack from doing the Hyperevolution. I do have mine exclusive 30. I personally think Leo is the #1 person to hyper evolve, okay? I'm a big fan of Leo. He carries a lot of hard content. He's going to carry you through story, through mine, through Twilight. He's really good in PvP. Yes, you know, Vanguards can be countered a little bit now with summoner teams. It's not 100%, and it's going to be hard if you have a really strong Vanguard team, okay? I still think Leo, #1 priority for Hyper Evolution, all the way to level 120. You saw the stats earlier on how much experience in Rubelite you need. So say you got a fraction of a Hyper Evolution stone your first month and you don't have enough experience to get someone all the way to 120, don't just pick a random elite like Serena and get them all the way up to level 120. Save until you have enough experience in Rubelite to get someone up to level 120, because A, things may change by then, and B, it might be a month later and say you cleared Twilight again and now you finally have a Hyper Evolution stone for a triple S. I prioritize triple S over elites all day long, okay? You can see my elites are not leveled up high. My triple S's are leveled up quite high, okay? So #1 priority, in my opinion, is Leo. Now, #2 is probably going to be Daniel for me. I think Daniel's great. I leveled these up previously before I was able to hyper evolve Daniel, so that's why I have these 4 down here done. I think #2 priority is probably Daniel. And I think #3 priority is probably Anpu. He's going to be my next triple S Hyper Evolution, and I'm probably going to take him up. Now, after that, it gets a little bit more dicey. I think Ravenna is actually quite high priority for Hyper Evolution, level 360 or level 120, however you want to talk about it. I think Masrani is really good. Masrani is really good in this game. Now, if you guys don't know, I actually haven't made a video on it yet, but I did a tier list by area, okay? And I just ranked them, all the triple S's by area. This is all available on my spreadsheet. My spreadsheet is always linked below. If you ever want to look at it, just go down there, click the link, and you can see it. And guess who's the #1 hero in the game? Masrani. It doesn't surprise me. You can use him in every bit of content. He's great in every bit of content. He's way better than Serena. All the Serena simps have kind of gone away now in the Discord ever since, recently. But I think Masrani's #1 in the game. I don't think you should hyper evolve him first, but I do think he's quite a good hyper evolution. That's why I'm pointing it out. You can see Daniel's quite high. You can see Leo's quite high. You can see Ampu's real high. You can even see Rickard and Bailey are quite high on the list now. And you'll notice that Emma is kind of low. I place her pretty high on my tier list. And I think that's majority just because in the beginning you get multiple copies of her and she really carries you early game very well. I don't know, maybe I have to bump her down, because after I rated them by area, I noticed that the hunters are not quite as useful as some of the other heroes in here, right? I think Ravenna is a little bit stronger than Luke. I think usable and more important in a lot of content. But you can see Rickard's actually kind of high. So is Bailey. That is mostly because of the melee dungeons, okay? Terradome, the assassins rank quite high. And the where's the other one? Roulette here. This one, they rank quite high as well because the assassins are very good in that content. Yes, you can do it with summoners. It's not as fast, it's not as easy, but yeah, so that's kind of just a little side tangent there, but I have that if you want to look at it. So based on that, I think, again, number 1 in my opinion is Leo. Number 2 is probably Daniel. Number 3 is probably Ampu. Number 4 is probably Masrani. And then I might even go someone like Ravenna or maybe even Assassins. It depends on what happens next week. If we get another Assassin next week, and say we get another Assassin prototype or something, Assassins may end up being quite strong. There was a point in time where Bailey was quite weak. In the beginning, he was a god. Later, he got quite weak. But as they add more Assassins, I think they may end up being stronger. Rickard is quite a strong hero. And I've been spending a lot of time building my assassins here. So I think eventually these guys may be higher priority for Hyperevolution. But right now, though, that's my priorities. And that's going to be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like and sub. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like and sub. Have a great day. Baby Lucas says, hey guys, hit that subscribe button and that like button. Yay! Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We got some other videos up top if you want to check out anything else. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys.